Archangel Michael says, "Listen closely, dear one, for what I am about to share is not just a fleeting thought or a soft whisper of the Spirit. It is a powerful revelation that has resonated through the ages, a thunderous call that shatters the silence of long-held deceptions. You have been ensnared in a web far more intricate than your eyes can perceive. You have laughed alongside those who harbored secrets in their smiles, dined at tables blessed with words that masked curses spoken in hidden corners, where intentions were steeped in bitterness. But now, the time has come for the dark magician within your lineage to be unveiled. Who is this person? The one whose gaze has always seemed to hold a hidden world? The one whose affection felt perplexing, whose sweet words left your spirit feeling drained and hollow? This individual, cloaked in the guise of a helper, has long pretended to guide you, yet has only led you into confusion, delay, and a cycle of unfulfilled promises. They have erected altars in secrecy, offering prayers that were never meant to uplift you, using ancient forces to distort the light surrounding you. You have felt it, haven't you? That unsettling tremor when they touched you, the chill that crept in when their gaze lingered too long, the tightness in your spirit when they spoke your name. These were not mere coincidences, they were signs. But now, the veil of deception is being torn apart. The cries of your ancestors, who have long watched this corruption seep through your family line, have been heard. The curses passed down like heirlooms are breaking. The hidden altars are being dismantled, the buried secrets unearthed, and the dark intentions cast into the fire. You may have sensed a shift within yourself lately. Your spirit has been stirring, your dreams filled with symbols, your body rejecting certain foods, places, and people. You've felt the urge to isolate, to pray more, to speak less, to detach from those you once felt obligated to love. This is not madness, it is your awakening. Your spirit is recalling its original purpose. Untainted by manipulation, the dark magician, whom you may have been led to believe was merely eccentric, is now being exposed, not because you seek revenge, but because divine justice is unfolding. Their time is over. The manipulations they employed, the shadows they summoned, are now recoiling upon them. Every secret circle they drew is closing in on their own feet, and every mirror they used to cast darkness upon your path is now shattering, reflecting their own darkness back onto them. But heed this warning, do not retaliate. Do not taint what is sacred with bitterness. Do not confront them in anger. Your strength lies in silence, in surrender, in obedience to the divine timing that is now at play. God has spoken. Do not reveal this revelation to them. Do not accuse or warn. Simply walk away when the sign appears. You will know it when it comes. A conversation that feels off, a moment when their voice trembles, when their gaze cannot meet yours. That will be the moment you realize their soul has already seen the verdict written in the unseen court of heaven. Remember who you are, beloved. You were not destined to be a casualty in someone else's quest for power. You were not chosen to be the scapegoat in your family's dark rituals. You are the one meant to end it all. You are the last gatekeeper, the breaker of cycles. The reason the same generational wounds did not pass into the next season is that you chose to listen, to fast, to cry out when no one believed you. You are the intercessor they underestimated. There was a night you wept yourself to sleep, thinking heaven was silent. But in that silence, angels were dispatched. There was a time you felt abandoned in the storm, but that storm was your baptism of power. The dark magician's spells could not nullify what was inscribed over you in the scrolls of eternity. Your purpose is sealed, your destiny engraved in light. Now, because you have endured, because you have not bowed, the winds are shifting. The exposure will be subtle yet undeniable. People will begin to see through the illusion. Even those who once protected the magician will feel uneasy in their presence. You won't need to say a word. The truth will rise on its own, like oil on water. Refusing to remain hidden, you will be vindicated without a shout. Your name will be cleansed without begging. Those who once dismissed you will remember your warnings. And the voices that mocked your intuition will hear the same whispers you tried to share. You will be removed from their circle, and you will call it peace. You will walk away not in shame but in strength. Your light will no longer dim to accommodate their shadows. You will no longer serve as the cover under which they hide. You are not their mirror anymore. You are becoming the flame that reduces their lies to ash. Do not fear their decline. It is not your duty to lift what they have buried. The sickness, the confusion, the unraveling. These are merely the consequences of tampering with the sacred. You are not their judge, but you are not their sacrifice either. Even now, someone is dreaming of you, seeing your face and unable to find rest. They hear your name, and it resonates like thunder. This is not a coincidence. It is the spirit realm reminding them that the one they tried to silence has now become the trumpet. You, child of light, are the answer to a curse that has lingered too long in this bloodline. You may begin to notice strange occurrences. Family members falling ill without explanation, others confessing secrets in half-asleep murmurs, old friends reaching out with heavy apologies. Do not be shocked. The unraveling has begun. The hand of heaven is pulling out every hidden knot. You will see old photographs and suddenly grasp the truth. You will hear familiar voices and finally feel the release. This is the end of pretense. Let the tears flow when they must. Let the memories visit as teachers, not as prisons. You may feel tempted to mourn, but heaven urges you to dance. You are not the one who brought the curse. You are the one sent to end it. Your hands will no longer burn from touching what was meant for evil. Your prayers will no longer feel blocked. Your sleep will no longer be disturbed by shadowy figures at the door of your dreams. The season of battle is concluding. The season of building is approaching. But do not look back. Do not attempt to understand their choices. Do not try to save what has been judged. You are not their savior. You are your own liberator, chosen not by bloodline but by obedience, not by proximity but by sacrifice. As for the dark magician, you will recognize them when you look back with clarity and see the patterns you once excused. The tears you shed because of them are being counted. The nights you struggled to breathe are transforming into winds of refreshing. The silence you endured is now the canvas upon which your authority is being painted. The generational power they attempted to steal is returning to you, multiplied. The calling they mocked is now unfolding with divine acceleration. Their laughter is turning into trembling. Their pride is morphing into confession. The world will witness that what they built on manipulation cannot withstand the presence of truth. You are no longer the victim in this narrative. You are the voice, the roar in the wilderness calling generations to awaken. You are the dream that could not be extinguished, the promise that refused to die. When you walk, the earth will respond differently. Now, when you speak, your words will shake foundations. When you pray, your voice will resonate in the unseen realm with undeniable authority. The heavens are responding to your alignment. The angels stand at attention. The clouds are preparing to rain favor, and the curse is finally, eternally broken. Breathe now, child, for the shadows are fleeing. The story is turning. The page has flipped. You are no longer in darkness, forgotten, or confused. The season has changed, and the verdict has been rendered. It is finished. The silence that once suffocated you is now sacred. Your quiet will no longer be mistaken for weakness, for heaven is moving in that silence. The very air around you is shifting. Every step you take is on sanctified ground. The room you occupy has become a sacred space, a courtroom of spiritual judgment, where final sentences are declared and chains are broken without a sound. You may notice your thoughts becoming clearer, the fog that once clouded your mind lifting. This clarity is not by chance, it is your inheritance. Your soul is finally standing in the light after years of wandering in shadows. This is what it feels like when the war is over, when chains fall away that you didn't even know were there. You might experience waves of emotion. Grief, release, laughter, weeping, all within moments. Do not shy away from it, let it wash over you. These are the echoes of every version of yourself, buried under manipulation. Every dream you abandoned because of them is now being resurrected. Every seed they tried to choke is springing back to life. There was a time when your heart was held hostage by their influence. You were told to love them, to forgive endlessly, to remain loyal, because they are family. But heaven is teaching you that loyalty to blood cannot supersede loyalty to truth. Real love does not employ dark rituals to bind and delay. The dark magician, who once held a counterfeit power over your soul, is being removed, not by your hands, but by divine instruction. They will feel the shift before anyone else. Their dreams will be haunted by the very spirits they tried to send your way. Their bodies will react to the unraveling, shaking hands, failing strength, mental unrest. They will attempt to hold things together, but nothing built on deception can endure when the winds of truth begin to blow. Their mirror has cracked, and their mask is slipping. Do not reach for them. Do not explain. Do not mourn their exposure. Let them fall into the pit they dug for you. This is the law of spiritual reversal. This is not revenge. This is restoration, alignment, and balance returning after years of hidden imbalance. What they did in secret is now being judged openly in the spirit realm. Even the ground they tread will no longer cooperate with their intentions. The spaces they once manipulated will become barren. The names they tried to entangle will no longer respond. Your name, child, has been untangled and purified. It is now being honored in the courts of angels. You have survived betrayal's bite. You have endured the silent cruelty of someone who claimed to love you but despised your light. You never imagined it could be them. You excused their behavior for years, ignored your instincts, and talked yourself out of what your spirit was screaming. But now, it is undeniable. They tried to alter your path using the oldest methods of control: fear, silence, guilt, and spells disguised as prayers. But you, dear child, are too deeply anointed to remain under a shadow forever. Do you remember the time they embraced you, and you felt drained? The gift they gave you that never felt right? The moment you shared your dream, and everything went awry the next day? That was not coincidence. That was interference, a hand touching what was sacred to corrupt it. But no more. You will now walk into spaces and feel the heaviness lift. You will enter rooms that once felt constricting and know, without a doubt, that the presence within you has always been greater than the darkness sent against you. Your prayers are no longer bouncing off ceilings. They are piercing dimensions. Your fasting has been acknowledged. Your tears have watered a garden you have yet to see. You will witness the harvest now. The magician who once envied your steps, who tried to mimic your essence, while secretly cursing your growth, is now being silenced. Their words are falling to the ground. Their efforts are turning to dust. Their connections are unraveling. You may not see it all with your eyes, but your spirit will know. A part of you might still ache for their healing, and that is okay. Compassion is your strength, but do not confuse empathy with a calling to rescue them. Let heaven do what it must. What they built in darkness cannot be sustained in the light. If they cry, let them cry. If they collapse, let them collapse. They must face what they conjured. You are rising, and your ascent will be different this time. No more setbacks. No more sudden storms after breakthroughs. No more losing what is rightfully yours. You will now keep what you have prayed for. You will walk in full alignment. You will laugh without fear of sabotage. You will rest without spiritual warfare stirring at midnight. It is over. That dream you had of chains breaking, yes, that was real. That moment you awoke with a peace so heavy it brought you to tears. Yes, that was confirmation. That strange wind that swept through your room when no windows were open. Yes, that was the divine seal being placed upon your life. You are protected now. You are covered now. You are emerging now. As you emerge, they will scatter. Those who were in league with the magician, knowingly or unknowingly, will begin to reveal themselves. Some will suddenly drift away from your life. Others will distance themselves out of discomfort. Let them go. When light rises, shadows must flee. When truth speaks, lies lose their grip. When healing begins, toxicity cannot coexist. Your home is being cleansed. Your lineage is being purified. Your spiritual name is being rewritten. Where there was bondage, there is now blessing. Where there was fear, there is now fire. Where there was confusion, there is now clarity. Prepare yourself. In the coming weeks, signs will manifest. Conversations will shift. People will expose themselves. Dreams will reveal loud truths. Objects will break, and you will feel a release. Doors will open, but not all are meant for you. Listen closely to the still voice before stepping through. Timing is crucial now. Be slow to speak. Be swift to discern. Be anchored in your center. You are not alone in this. All of heaven is watching. The angels who stood by you in your cries for help are now rejoicing. Your ancestors, who suffered under the same darkness, are weeping in victory. You, beloved, are the one they envisioned in their final moments, the one who would rise, cleanse the name, and turn curses into crowns. You have carried far too much, but now the burden is being lifted. Your spine will straighten. Your breath will deepen. Your laughter will return. Your eyes will shine again, not with sorrow but with glory. You are the fulfillment of a prophecy older than your pain. You are the sunrise they tried to extinguish, but no one can hold back the sun. If you believe in God, type Amen. There has been someone near you, blood of your blood, smile of your smile, whose presence has always made your soul tremble. They never raised their voice, yet their silence roared in your ears. They never laid hands against you, yet their presence drained your strength. They cloaked themselves in concern, in counsel and family, but beneath the disguise, they were conjuring chaos in your name. They knew exactly who you were long before you did. They saw the glow that hovered over you when you were still in your mother's arms. They heard the whisper of angels the day you were born. So they plotted early. Not because they were cursed, but because they willingly aligned with the very force that has haunted your lineage for centuries. They called it tradition. They called it old knowledge. They called it protection. But in truth, it was power. Type Amen if you feel this confirming in your spirit. They lit candles in secret. They tied knots beneath their mattress. They spoke words you never heard, over photos you never gave them, into mirrors you never saw. And when things in your life started to break, when your joy suddenly collapsed, when your voice was stifled, yes, that was them. That wasn't life being unfair. That wasn't bad luck. That was interference. You sat across from them at gatherings, feeling something was off but smiling anyway. You hugged them and felt a cold linger on your skin afterward. You shared your dreams and watched them collapse days later, not knowing that your sacred revelations had become ammunition in their rituals. But hear this: the darkness has now reached its expiration. The ancestral prayers of those who died in silence, the cries of generations who couldn't fight back, have all converged in this moment. The spell has snapped. The illusion has shattered. The mirror they used has cracked. The shadows they sent have reversed course. You have awakened, and now the heavens are moving in your favor. Type Amen if you believe this is your moment of freedom. You were never crazy for sensing something. You weren't being dramatic. You weren't too sensitive. You were spiritually discerning, and while others ignored, mocked, or dismissed you, heaven took note. God wrote it down, and now He has commanded the curtain to fall. That strange fatigue you felt lately, that sudden nausea around certain people, that pull to isolate, to fast, to pray more fervently than ever, that was your spirit breaking free from the spiritual cage they tried to lock you in. You were not born to be manipulated. You were not created to serve as a vessel of delay. You are the appointed one. The line ends with you. What they started generations ago, you will not inherit. You are not cursed. You are chosen. Type Amen if you receive this revelation now. There will be a moment soon, a strange encounter. Their voice will falter. Their gaze will shift. They won't be able to maintain the performance. You'll feel the air shift in the room. That's when you'll know they've already been judged. But don't lash out. Don't scream. Don't confront. This battle is not in your hands anymore. The judge has ruled. The spiritual court has declared a final sentence. Your power is not in fighting back, it's in walking away. Walk away when the sign appears. Walk without guilt. Walk without apology. Because you, my beloved child, are the breaker of chains. The one sent not just to escape, but to destroy every altar built in your name. You are the fire that darkness could never predict. The weapon they never saw coming. You cried. You fasted. You prayed. And heaven has responded. Type Amen if you feel the shift happening even now. You will notice things now. Truths you couldn't see before. Photos that feel different. Memories that suddenly make sense. Objects that break on their own. Releasing something from your space. Pay attention. These are not random. They are signals. In the next few days, dreams will visit you. People will confess things they never meant to say. A family member might fall ill without clear cause. Do not panic. This is the unraveling. This is divine reversal. The very forces they used to chain your feet are now pulling them down. Do not attempt to fix it. Do not try to redeem them. That is not your calling. Your calling is to ascend, to heal, to build the future that was almost stolen. Type Amen if you are ready to break free forever. You are no longer the scapegoat. You are the authority now. The prayers that once felt blocked will now flow freely. Your nights will be quiet again. Your mornings will be filled with clarity. The chaos is ending. The fog is lifting. The light is returning. And the magician, the deceiver in your own bloodline, is being stripped of every false power they held. Let them shake. Let them crumble. Let them face what they conjured. This is not revenge. This is restoration. You will walk into rooms now and feel the heaviness leave. Not because it disappeared, but because you now carry something greater. Your voice will carry weight in the spirit realm. Your presence will shift atmospheres. This is what happens when divine justice is fulfilled. The people who once thought you were too much will now see the truth. The ones who laughed at your discernment will begin to tremble in your presence. You won't need to say a word. Truth does not need a microphone, it simply stands. Type Amen if you feel truth standing beside you now. Prepare for changes. Some people will disappear. Some friendships will dissolve. Some spaces will become uncomfortable. Let it happen. It is not punishment, it is purification. Let them fall away. Let them distance themselves. Light does not negotiate with shadows. And you, my child, are no longer dimming your flame. You are rising. And every time you take a step now, know this: the ground has been consecrated. The air around you is charged with favor. The heavens are watching in holy silence. You are walking into your divine authority. You are no longer the victim in the narrative. You are the voice of reversal, the echo of prophecy, the one chosen to redeem the bloodline. The magician cannot stop what's already begun. The curse has expired. The silence has broken. The verdict has been sealed. And now, it is finished. Type Amen if you believe this is your time.